This is a big one. I mean, the competition's coming. There's more competitors coming out. How do I differentiate myself? How do I become a unique firm in the marketplace? A lot of times as owners, we're sending out ad messages or offers, and it feels like in the end of the day, we're just competing on price, where it's really hard to actually just stand out offline or online. So I'm curious, whoever wants to jump in first, how can accounting firm owners stand out in today's very busy, very crowded marketplace?
I'd like to defer to the most powerful woman in accounting, please.
All right, Sandy,
Well,
up to you to deliver.
I always have a unique approach on all of this. I really don't think they need to differentiate. What I do think they need to do is be themselves. And I also think they need to really stay in touch with their clients' pain points, if you will, or their needs. So if you do that, that's all you really need to do. We actually do websites for clients, and one of the things that, I struggled with, I was doing fully custom websites at the beginning, and you know what? That's just not necessary. Because, we pretty much just have compliance work that we're doing, and then we add advisory onto that, hopefully. And I'm hoping that the market moves in that direction. That'll help, it really helps solve the client's pain and needs better when they move into that direction. But
Yeah.
in terms of differentiation, what we do is we write the bio and we solicit testimonials. And that in and of itself is enough to differentiate yourself from other firms, because they're buying you. They're buying they're buying the trust that you've built.
Nice. And yeah, I love the point of, let's focus on the pain to then see how we can deliver value. And then putting the social proof, putting the reviews, the testimonials out there, the case studies is so impactful, because then they say, oh, people like me are using your service and I can trust you. Salim or Nate, do you see a similar kind of approach when you're trying to be, a unique firm out in the marketplace from a marketing standpoint?
Nate, you go. Well, I think the important thing to think about in this question is I think there's a differentiation between sort of the outbound marketing and the inbound marketing approach. And there's different messages in both functions. And outbound marketing, I define as when you are kind of blasting into a market area and you are, like just gathering leads. And in that case, you want to have a unique selling proposition, a USP, to answer the question of the prospect: why should we choose to use your firm versus every other option available to me in the local marketplace and the national marketplace? Because we are competing against, TurboTax and national firms. And so in the kind of outbound stage, when you are getting the leads to kind of raise their hand, which is the first step that I feel like us as service professionals need to put our marketing activities in, getting people to raise their hand with some sort of interest. When we're doing that, we need to approach the marketplace, as Sandy said, with relationship-oriented stuff and being yourself. Absolutely, thank you. So that's the outbound function. I feel like there really is no competition when you do inbound marketing properly. When you have a good lead follow-up system in place, when you've got effective email marketing in place, obviously that's something that we're really known for, but whether or not we do it for you or other people do, having a relationship-oriented email follow-up nurture series with your prospects and your clients, that actually puts you in a different category than just having to compete purely on USP. When you form a relationship with your client, with your prospects, and that you start giving value over time on a regular basis, suddenly there's no competition. Suddenly, you have a top of consciousness relationship with that prospect, such that when they are ready, or if they're immediately ready, they will go to you. So
Awesome.
I like to separate it in those two areas.
Yeah, I love splitting out and thinking about the outbound versus inbound. And maybe we'll dig into that methodology a bit more, because I know that's been a big trend across marketing, not only in the accounting vertical, but across all industries, as we shift from more information being at the customer's client's fingertips